What's going on, people? What's going on? ArmChair Pundit, back in the place. It's Monday morning, and it's the Monday after the weekend's games. Game week 27. What's going on? I just want to take a moment of silence. If you can hear that. Yeah, the kids are back at school. Just want to big up all the teachers, all the servicemen, all the NHS, just big up everybody who's actually pretty much worked through the whole thing. Obviously, his children have gone back today, and teachers were more happier than me that they were going back. So that's, delighted. Kids were excited, and, you can hear that silence, even the streets and just everywhere, that air of silence this morning. So big up everyone getting through the coronavirus. Anyway, game week 27, man. What's going on? I did my predictions on Friday, and the results are in, obviously. So let's get straight to it. First game of the weekend was Saturday morning, and it was Burnley versus Arsenal. Now, if you watched the game, you would see that, from an Arsenal perspective, not acceptable. I had Arsenal to win 2-0. So I had Arsenal to win 2-0, and if you watch the game, there's no reason why we shouldn't win 5-0. But again and again, this is Arsenal Football Club's problem. We've got too much, I guess, players that, always looking for excuses, and we're giving them excuses. There's too much in the squad. Saka played below par, but it's expected. I heard one of the YouTubers a few weeks ago talk about Saka, saying he's gonna have a bad game. He's gonna dip. Of course he is. He's a young boy. Odegaard, is he? What is he? Is he trying to make the Euros? Is he trying to make it into Real Madrid's team? There's not a lot there. If he's not a signing that we've brought in to really stake a claim long term. We brought him in short term, and we look for a quick turnaround on your ROI. You're looking for a quick turnaround. Say, listen, I am a good player. Look at me play. Didn't see it. Smith Rowe's out injured, but should we be looking to Smith Rowe? Again, he's a young boy. He hasn't really staked a claim to be the Arsenal go-to guy as yet. He hasn't actually done that yet. But, either way, we are looking to him because he was out. Pepe, I'm just trying to go through it as quickly as possible. Pepe played well. Look like he had a spring in his step. He wanted to do the business. Played good. When he came on, that is, obviously. Aubameyang, you get what Aubameyang is what you get. It is what he has. You give it to him, he's gonna miss. We had this conversation in my other post. If you go back and check the post, he's definitely gonna miss. We know he's gonna miss, but what we do know is he's definitely going to score. If you supply him, he'll give you that. He'll pay it back. He'll score. We know that. So that is Aubameyang. What he did for the opening goal, that is what we expect from Aubameyang. Okay. Who else we had in there? Partey was probably the best player on the pitch when he had the ball. He gets the ball, he slows it down, he plays a pass, he keeps it simple. You can get out of tight areas. He was probably, with the ball, he's probably the best player on the pitch. So not much to say about him, even though we did come under a bit of pressure. Xhaka, I don't even know if I spoke about him already. I'm going to go back into him, whatever. He's been discussed over many social medias. Listen, people are saying it's not Leno. I think it's 5 minutes before half time. I think it is 5. So anyway, we get the early go. Everyone's like, cool. Nice early start. I think 6 minutes in. A couple step overs from Pepe. Bang, 1-0. Yeah. After that, Xhaka's had some gilt edge. I think Uber's had a few gilt-edged chances. I think Partey had a shot go woeful. You know, we've got them. Game management-wise, we're in a good place. However, we're playing Burnley. You know, Burnley, I think I said it in my preview, what they have is they will just work their socks off. That's them. Sean Dice, that is it. They don't do nothing else. Work, 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 work. So we've got them where we want them, and then it's game management, and it's football. I guess it's football intelligence. So everybody knows what I'm about to talk about. So we give it to Leno. Leno's got the ball. I think Tierney gives it to him, I believe. Now Leno's got David Luiz to his right because he's got the ball. He's got Xhaka just on the 18 coming towards him. Tierney's still over there, but I guess he's in a tight area and he's just give it to Leno because he's being closed down. So you got three men. Someone's, I think Chris Wood is closest to Leno. And then Xhaka's got someone behind him. So you got three Burnley players on the ascendants to close down. So Xhaka decides, because he must know those three players are there. He must know. And if he doesn't know, well, what's the point? What's the point? So he must know. So he knows they're there. He knows they're pretty much close proximity to him. He must know that. Now, as a footballer, because we've all played football, not everybody, but I've played football, you know when you want the ball in tight areas. You know, there's times where you want it. Give me the ball. It doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter who's around you. Just give me the ball. Just give it to me because I know what I need to do. So he must have that in mind. And if he's just going through the motions, he's never ever going to work in an Arteta system. It's never going to work for him if it's a case of just going through the motions. It doesn't work like that in the system Arteta's trying to play. You can't go through the motions because you will make mistakes. So as Leno gives it to him, but before Leno gives it to him, I personally think Leno should go long. And the only reason why I say Leno should go long, because it's not Leno's fault, mind you. I don't think it's his fault. I think he should go long because he knows it's coming up to half time. We should be 1 or 2 goes up. He can watch. Remember, as a goalie, you watch everything apart from when someone's having a shot at you. So if you're getting peppered, you ain't got time to watch everything. You're just diving around. In Arsenal's case, or against Burnley, he was watching that game because obviously we were on top. We were on top of Burnley. So he should know at that point, is it worth me giving it to Xhaka? He's got that quick decision to make. It's 5 minutes before half time. I've watched the whole game. Should I give it to Xhaka? What could he do? As a footballer, he's got to know what he can do. He's got to paint the picture. Just like Xhaka's painted the picture, but I don't think Xhaka's painted the picture. Xhaka's did what my 3-year-old son did. Just get the pen and you ain't painted the picture. He's just decided I want the ball because the mistake he made was just horrendous. Sunday league, you're fuming. If someone does that on the Sunday league, 5-a-side, whatever, you are fuming. So to do it at the highest level, how much is that game worth yesterday? Just how much marketing funds does that game generate for us? I think it was on BT. It's just a huge game. And to make a basic mistake like that, it just says that he hasn't painted the picture. So Leno has to paint the picture because Leno can see the whole game from kickoff. So I think Leno should be popping it long. Just to say, listen, and then he can just say to Xhaka, listen, don't worry yourself, it's gone long. He doesn't. He goes with someone who we can see. I think there's a stat going around about he's made some of the most errors leading to goals in the whole of Premier League history, or some mad stat. So I don't know how much of those sort of default by Xhaka, Leno has been in goal. I don't know. That's probably a good stat to check, because if it's more than 5, if Leno's been in goal for more than 5 of those mistakes, this is why I say Leno is kind of should know. Don't give it to Xhaka. Anyway, all that aside, that all happens. He gives it to Xhaka. We all know the rest. He plays one of the worst balls in football. And Chris Wood doesn't even know how to celebrate. He's just like, boy, I'm just playing. You know what I mean? I'm just playing. So I don't know what he's doing, but I'm on the pitch and he's decided to hit me and it's gone in. After that, we had chances. VAR. I've discussed VAR. It's not VAR. It's the people running VAR. So VAR is we don't need to worry about VAR. VAR is a piece of software that allows you in quick succession to go back. I don't even know why they can call it a name. It's just called. You're just repeating. You're watching it on telly. Sky Plus. Just go back and watch it, and then because they got access to all the cameras, because that's what it is. You got various cameras all around that pitch. I think you've even got the Sky one. I'm not sure if you've got them at Turf Moor, but you got various cameras, probably in the region of 25 cameras plus around that pitch. So they have the access to go back and watch it very quickly. Right, can we get the angle behind the goal? Can we get the angle behind the linesman? Can we get the other side of the pitch? They've got that. That's what VAR is. And they can do it, and then they can see. So the first handball, because that's all I can call it, is handball. Well, it's handball. You know, it's hand to ball. That's what it is. It's not ball to hand. Pepe goes to flick it. It kind of hits him the first time, but his hands are quite close to his body. And the second time he opens his arms out, his arms, and it hits him in the hand. And it hits him. Regardless of what the rule is if it hits him and he stops Pepe from getting away, it's either a free kick outside the box or whatever have you, or it's penalty. Which should have got sent off? Probably not, because there's players there. So I don't think he should have got sent off, but he definitely should have given away a penalty. Definitely. It's a penalty. And obviously did the ref give it? I think the ref gives it. Or does he give it? I can't even remember. So much has gone on. It doesn't matter anyway, because he didn't go to the screen and look at it from a referee's perspective. I think he spoke to somebody on the VAR, the technical stuff. I can't wait till they make the conversation public. So once that conversation is public, because it's public in cricket, I think it's cricket, it's public in American football. I think there's some other sports where it's public. So as soon as it's public, that's it. The wheels are off. You lot have lost the job, obviously, and the jury's out. Pepe again should have got a penalty. I think he should have scored the second one. He's come over, great cross from Xhaka, just bang it in. And for some reason, he decides to thrash it. It could have went anywhere, to be fair. Lucky enough, it was on target. It's hit the same guy in the shoulder. I think it's his left shoulder or whatever. And that one was correct. But the referee was straight in, sent off, get off the pitch. You handballed it on purpose. The referee was straight in, get off. But really, actually, when you watch it, it was VAR worked in that essence, because they've gone back, looked at it and said, no, it's hit him on the shoulder. The referee's rescinded. I think he gives him a yellow, which is also quite strange. But the referee's rescinded the red card and said, no, sorry, mate. Listen, I get it. It's nothing, or a yellow card or whatever. It's no penalty. And that makes sense. And you get that. But the first one, horrendous. So, all in all, as I said earlier, all in all, just rounding up, Pepe has a glorious chance to win it. Aubameyang has a chance. And we don't. Just similar to the first half, where we don't, we got to get that cutthroat desire into us, where they're there to be, the game's there to be won. The game's there to be won. I think I've stayed on this game far too long, but you can imagine, as an Arsenal fan, very, very frustrated. And as an armchair pundit, it's just like, what are you not doing? So 1-1 at Turf Moor, and Arsenal roll on. I think we got the Europa League. I think we got first leg of Olympiacos. And then on Sunday, we've got, I say the big one, we've got a North London derby. All right. Second game in the Premier League was Sheffield United Southampton. Now, I had Southampton to win 2-0. Excuse me. I had Southampton to win 2-1. My predictions were. And as I can see here, they won 2-0. Now, Sheffield United is, I think when I do my top 6, bottom 6 straight after this, I'm just going to do a quick overview after this. Going to have a quick look at the league. I've already said, Sheffield United they're doomed, innit? They're doomed. It's a shame, after the season they've had last season. Saying that though, after the first lockdown, they didn't come back too well. So it's a shame. Southampton, they need it. They needed that win. They were falling fast. So well done them. Aston Villa, Wolverhampton. I had Wolves to win 2-1. Turns out that game was 0-0. Absolute stinker. Didn't see that coming. You wouldn't imagine that game being 0-0. I watched Match of the Day and it did look pretty dry. Excuse me. It did look pretty dry. It just looked, both teams are almost on holiday. That's probably not the best thing to say, but no one's chasing anything at this point for them too. Well, they should be, but I don't know. Next game on the Saturday, last game on the Saturday, I believe, was Brighton versus Leicester, and I had Leicester to win 1-0. Having said that, I do like Brighton, and they won 2-1. 2-1. I did think Leicester would win anyway. Leicester needed to win, to be fair, in terms of what they're trying to achieve. They should be winning this game, but obviously Brighton do need to win. Let's have it right. Brighton need to win. But they went down 2-1. On the Sunday we had Newcastle, West Bromwich Albion versus Newcastle. I had it at 1-1. It was 0-0. Another stinker. And I thought they'd draw. I did say 0-0. If you go back to my predictions on the Friday, I did say it'd be 0-0 probably, because both teams can't give away absolutely nothing. What is there to give away? You shouldn't be giving away anything. And 1-1, 0-0 is, I guess, the best result they're going to get. I tried to go for 1-1, and nope. And then the following game was Liverpool versus Fulham. Now, I had Liverpool to win 2-0. And for obvious reasons, man. You've gone from being the best club in Europe or world football, whatever it was, whatever titles they were chasing, to breaking records in terms of your home form and just in form in general. They once signing Alisson and Van Dijk, they haven't actually signed anyone with any pedigree since then anyway. They really haven't broken the record books and really got people in. They haven't actually done that. I think they've had they've got what's his name? I can't remember his name. The short guy, I think he's from Southampton or Sunderland or something like that. I can't remember his name. So they haven't really. Jota made an impact, and the other short guy, I can't remember his name. But so they haven't actually brought anyone in really. So they've had injuries. Not worse. Leicester's have probably had worse, and they're just. What can I say? I had them to win 2-0. Fulham, who I like Scott Parker. I like him. He man, he's a battler. He's obviously done a lot better than Lamps, and I'm going to keep saying that because Lamps got the spoon and was like, yeah, it's 250 mil. Enjoy yourself. Half of the players I've signed them already, but listen, we'll put it on the LCV anyway. And he flopped. He flopped basically, and you got good old Scotty down there who's brought them up after they got relegated previously on 1920 season, and he's looking like he potentially could, fingers crossed, sustain the Premier League survival. So they won 1-0. They won 1-0, man. They beat Liverpool. So well done, Fulham. And you know what? This game actually surprised me more than any of the weekend's results was Manchester City Manchester United. Now, obviously, we're talking about first and second. Obviously, it's I was gonna say Manx derby, but Manchester derby. And listen, I expected a little bit more of a cagey affair, but Ollie and the boys said, no. Let's go and ruffle some feathers. I ain't joking. I'm not joking. I had it as what did I have? I had 1-1. And Manchester United, I watched that game. Well, it was on in the background. And from what I could see, Man United just said, listen, full steam ahead. Yeah, they're not going to like it. We've got players that can ruffle their feathers. And Man United do have players that can ruffle their feathers. There's no doubt in that whatsoever. I think we would all agree with that. They definitely have players that can ruffle them, and they did. City had no answers. They still haven't replaced Aguero. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but they haven't placed Aguero. If they had a threat there in terms of an Aguero type-minded player, it could have been, it would have been even more feistier, but they haven't replaced him. I like City though. They still, you could still see City are class. You could see it. But Man, they got the Rashfords, they got the Martials, they got players that just run at you, man, and cause mayhem. When they're ready, they can just cause mayhem. I don't even think Pogba played yesterday. But when United are ready, they can just cause mayhem. And they got Fernandes in there as well. Luke Shaw played well. And, you have to just be really honest. Excuse me. So well done, Man United, man. And it just it spices up the league even more. So even though we all can agree City's probably gonna win the league, but it looks good. It's good billing, let's say. And the last game on a Sunday was Tottenham versus Crystal Palace. I had Tottenham to win 2-0, and they won. 4-1. They won 4-1, so I weren't surprised. I'm a little bit upset because it is a London derby. I do like Roy Hodgson. I've made that very clear. Very, very clear. He's a shrewd man. He's been around. He does look old now, though. And maybe it is time that he relieves that pressure on himself and gives it to someone else. So, but they rallied. It was 1-0 Benteke. That celebration, man. I don't know where he's going with that, but anyway, they got 1-0 half time. But obviously, Tottenham have come out second half and said, no, not today, guys. So well done, Tottenham. Even though that kills me to say that. That was the weekend fixtures. I didn't do the watch along match of the day. Busy, man. Busy. Listen, I've got things to do, but there are things happening. I've got obviously I'm using an old camera of mine that you might notice. That's why I'm looking. So I've got the screen here now, and I'm looking at the camera. So I've got a few things that I'm trying to put in place. So just bear with me, people. Right. Top 6, bottom 6. Let's start at the bottom because I think there's more to talk about, just ever so slightly. Well, we know Sheffield United are doomed. West Bromwich Albion needed the win against Newcastle. Again, Newcastle needed the win. They both needed the win, and none of them got it. Fulham got the win. So that leaves 3 points behind Brighton and Newcastle. So Burnley with a precious point against Arsenal needed it. Southampton with the W. Who did they play? They played Sheffield United. So Southampton needed that and they got it. So that puts them on 30. And then you got Palace, Wolverhampton. So it's going to be tough. I haven't got the next 5 games on each. I did say I would, but I don't have it. So I'm going to do it as it happens. I know that Southampton again play Man City. Man City, you expect a complete, they're going to come out all guns blazing for that game because obviously Man United slapped them up, so they're not going to be too happy. Fulham's next game again is going to be obviously very interesting. If I just have a look here, I'll probably be able to see it. Let's go to next Saturday. Fulham. Oh, so next Saturday, Fulham got Manchester City. So, Fulham needed that win anyway. They needed that win, and they did get it. And then Palace have got West Brom. This is next Saturday, and on the Sunday, the Brighton got Southampton. So that again, that's the 12 o'clock kickoff. And who else is there? What's happening on the Monday? Liverpool. Oh, it's just really, really depressing, I guess, for Liverpool. Just having a quick look at Liverpool. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Fulham needed that then. I'm not sure who Newcastle got next. I think West Brom are probably, you could say they're doomed, but you can never rule out Sam Allardyce, let's be honest. Sheffield United, I think we can all confirm. So it's Fulham, between Fulham, Newcastle, Brighton. I guess depending on what Burnley do next two games, but you'd expect Sean Dyche to really, get his boys. The way they played against Arsenal, some of the football they played looked interesting, especially when they had one where Leno had to do a save. He had to come out and make the goal a lot smaller, save it with his feet. You have to be honest. That was a good move. I was like, wow, that was go on, son. So they were all lucky there. I want Fulham to get out. I want them to get out. I don't know who it's gonna. I like Newcastle for the status of being a big club, but Leeds have come up now, so Leeds have taken their place. And then Brighton, I like Brighton just based on it because it's Brighton. I just like Brighton. I like Potter. It seems like he's doing a good job. So it's going to be tough to who does go down. I can't see Southampton, Crystal Palace, Wolves, or Leeds getting sucked in. So it's going to be tough in there. Villa's from last season. Villa have done fantastic. To be fair, considering last season. So we're going to have to watch this space on the bottom six, top six. Man United did get the win, but I think we can safely say that City are looking good. Leicester got the W as well. What did Chelsea do? Chelsea played tonight against Everton. West Ham Leeds. So that's tonight. Who else you got there? You got West Ham still there. Everton there. They played today. So just mentioned, they're 1 point between them, 46, 45 respectively. Chelsea are there as well. So yeah, it's actually going to be quite interesting. I think if West Ham beat Leeds and Everton lose to Chelsea, interesting times for West Ham. Definitely blowing bubbles, dizzy heights. You have to big them up, man. You have to big them up because a couple of seasons ago, they were in turmoil, mate. They were having a madness. Fans literally trying to go for chairmans and stuff. So for them to be in the position they are today and to really be pushing, you have to big them up. They've weathered the storm. I think they did lose their last game, but I can't remember. I think they played one of the top two or whatever. I can't remember. So I bigged them up. Liverpool. Oh, what can I say, man? The seventh. I'm trying to do the top six, bottom six, and Liverpool. I'm looking at them and I'm like, bloody hell, we are close to Liverpool. We're 4 points of Liverpool, and we've had a horrendous season. So for us to even be in their conversation tells you what type of season they're having. These guys are the champions. They are the best team in the world or Europe, whatever it was. They played really well, coming off Champions League win season beforehand as well. They're on the climb, but again, they haven't signed the players they needed to keep that squad. And I have to big up I guess I'm not comparing them with Arsenal, but it's a similar type of regime because, well, listen, they've done what they've done. Let's not get it twisted. However, they haven't brought in players who, if they did lose the likes of the players they've lost, can players come in and deliver? They've got young bucks. They've signed one or two, but they haven't really bolstered up that squad with that marquee name. And Arsenal were the same. We haven't We haven't put in. We've got Partey in, and as I say, that guy was the best guy on the pitch. He was the best guy on the pitch on Saturday. You know, you can see the class was there. He's the best guy on the pitch, best player on the pitch. So, you know, Liverpool, very similar, didn't sign anyone, and now they can see the frailties there because the young players, they're probably good players, but the pressure's there. You're at that top level. The other seniors have put you on that top level, and you've got to sustain it, and they're finding it very difficult. Some of the stuff you see them doing is very schoolboy, it's very inexperienced, and that's what you see happening there. So, yeah, West Ham, Everton, Chelsea, Leicester, Man United, City. City's going to win it. I think Man U definitely are staking a claim to stay second based on yesterday's performance. What else can you look at? But, you know, with Man U, they could lose their next three. Who knows? Leicester sort of put a cork in the rot. So well done then. Chelsea again tonight, Everton. So that should be interesting. And West Ham will play Leeds. So, again, very interesting. What I'm going to do, people, I'm going to let those games play out. So my next show will be on Wednesday, just to round up game week 27. And, again, we'll have a few more topics to go over with regards to Chelsea, Everton, West Ham, Leeds, and anything else in football small talk. Listen, loving you and leaving you. Just remember, stay completely strong-minded in the coronavirus and all that, and I'll see you on Wednesday morning. All right, take it easy. Peace and love.